Hey everyone, welcome back to another makeup video. Today I'm going to visit my beautiful grandma and I thought I'd bring you along with me as I get ready. So I'm starting off with a fresh face and I'm going straight in with my Fenty Beauty Pro Filter Instant Retouch Primer, and I apply that all over my face. I've already washed, cleansed, moisturized my face, and now I am going in. The next step is the NYX Cosmetic Concealer Palette Color Correct. I don't know what's going on with my face lately. I'm just breaking out and I can't resist the urge to just pop them, and unfortunately I've got acne scars. So once that's done, I go in with my Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation in shade 4W4. As I previously said, this is my go-to. I love it so much and I want to try something different, but I'll stick to this for now because makeup is expensive. So with a brush, I blend my foundation in nicely, and I know I did use a little too much here, but we'll make it work. Just follow along and you see how the look comes out. And I'm just pushing the product into my skin so it looks nice and smooth. After blending my foundation, I go in with my Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Bronzer in shade Caramel, and I'm going to take a sip of my drink first, and then I'm going to use a brush to apply this to my cheekbones, my jawline, and my forehead. And this cream bronzer is so nice and smooth. A little bit goes a long way as well for this one, so just mind how much of it you use. Using a brush just to press the products into the skin once again, as you can see. For concealer, I'm going to switch it up a little bit today, and I'm going in with my Estee Lauder Double Wear Stay in Place Flawless Wear Concealer, and I'm focusing once again under my eyes and the side of my nose, cupid bow, and my chin, and then also the bridge of my nose. And I'm going to use a damp beauty blender just to blend that in for a smooth look. Now, after blending my concealer, I'm going in with the Huda Beauty Easy Bake loose powder in shade Blondie. And this is the second time I've used this powder, and it's so nice. It doesn't have too much of a scent to it like I'd been hearing in the past. There's not much of a scent. It smells quite nice actually. And I'm using a brush just on the areas where I used the lighter concealer to highlight. After that, I go in with my MAC Studio Fix powder in shade NC 43.5, and I'm going to use a brush just to apply the product all over my face in the areas where I've not applied any powder at all. Now, to bring some color back to my face, I'm going to use the Juvia's Place Bronzer Duo in shade Medium. And as you can see, once again, I'm using a brush to apply the product and push the product into the skin in the same areas where I used the Anastasia Beverly Hills Cream Bronzer, just to bring the color back in the face because I've just used the powder, so it wasn't showing very much. Next up, I am using the Juvia's Place Blush Duo, and I'm using the orange shade to apply on my cheekbones and a little bit on my temples on both sides, my nose, and yeah, just using a brush to apply the product. And this time I'm not pressing too much because I don't want to remove the product that's already on. I was hungry, so I took a little bite of my wrap and a sip of my drink, and then I go in to highlight, and I'm using the Natasha Denona My Dream Cheek Trio palette on my cheekbones, my nose, and my Cupid's bow. This product is so lovely. It looks so rich on my face. You'll see my reaction. See that? Look at that shine. Look at that glow. It is amazing, and it stayed on all day. So yeah. For my eyes, I'm keeping it simple. First, I'm using the orange shade from the Sophie X Revolution palette. And then I'm also using the Nabla Read My Mind eyeshadow palette. And I'm going to go in with the brown shade all over the eyelid. And then adding a slightly deeper shade in the crease and the corners of my eyes for some definition. I'm using the same brown shade that I use on my eyelid to my waterline. Be careful not to do what I just did and put the product in my actual eye instead of the waterline. Now after this, I'm going to use a black eyeliner pencil and then the Clarins just to put the little line, the Cleopatra line I call it, on my eyes. Moving on to the brows, nothing too fancy. I just brush them out to fill them in lightly with my NYX Professional Makeup Micro Brow Pencil. I'm just going to take a sip of my drink once again because I hadn't eaten or drunk anything that day. Anyway, moving on. And then just to clean up my brows, I use the same NYX Cosmetic Concealer Palette that I used before to color correct. And I use the lighter shade for the bottom of the brow line. And then I use a darker brown for the top. Next up is mascara, and I'm using a sample of the Lancome Idol mascara because I'm not wearing false lashes, but I want my lashes to look a little bit fuller. Now moving on to the lips, I am using a simple brown lip liner that I got from Amazon, and even though it is from Amazon, it's very creamy and very pigmented, so you need to be careful how hard you apply on your lips. Anyway, I'm using my finger just to buff the product around and do some cleanup. Then I'm going in with my MAC lipstick in shade En Vogue and clean up a bit of mess that I caused there. And then to create some contrast, I am using the Juvia's Place matte lipstick in shade En Vogue. I love the contrast that it creates. And then finishing up with the lips, I am going in with my Urban Decay lip gloss. I'm not quite sure what shade this is, but it's nice and creamy and it just brings the whole look together. Now to finish up, I'm going in with the L'Oreal Infallible 3-second setting spray. This is my new go-to, it's my favorite. I never used to use setting spray, but this, I've been using it for a while. I buy 2 at a time. And if you want to get your own, just click the yellow basket in the video. And yeah, that's the whole look. Hope you like it and hope you follow, and see you next time.